All right, guys, I'm back in Toccopola, Mississippi, where the old high school was and the old high school basketball gym used to be, where Elvis Presley, Scotty Moore, Bill Black performed 69 years ago. 1955, if my math is correct. No doubt about it, that gym definitely was right here, and the reason I know that, and I put it in my first episode about the concert location, the reason I know that I was correct is because my friend Van here, well, Van, tell him what you did.
I was sitting around Blaylock's drugstore that afternoon. We hung out, teenagers, drinking sodas and banana splits, etc. And I heard that Elvis was coming out here. Well, we had heard about him. We on the radio in Memphis, still, of course. And tried to get up a gang to go. And Kay Swayze, who I was dating at the time, most beautiful girl in high school, she said, I might go listen to some country singer. And she told me at a reunion 20 years later that she had kicked herself all this time for not coming with us. But we came, and after the show, talked to Elvis and Scotty and Bill. And just a few years ago, 10 or 15 years ago, I met Scotty again one time in Memphis. I just walked out of the Gibson Guitar Factory up there and had a nice conversation with him. And he was, of course, my hero, and Elvis was my hero. Because I always wanted to play the guitar like him and sing like him. I had ducktails and the black hair at one time, but of course that's history now.
All right, so after seeing him here at the high school, you kind of wanted to become Elvis, I guess. You had to dress like him after that.
Oh yeah, he and James Dean,
Yeah.
the turned up collar and the ducktails.
Well, tell me, Van. Okay, so what do you remember from that show back in the day?
I remember he broke all of his guitar strings. He was very active on stage, and I don't recall what songs he sang. I'm sure he sang "That's All Right, Mama" and all those good, great songs. I think I remember being cold in that stove, that old wood stove in there, but that's a faint memory. And
it's been, what did I say? What?
69
years.
Yeah.
So bad. But man, okay, so you were telling me, where would the stage have been? If I'm standing here today, we're standing right here. You told me that the front of the gym was over here, right?
Right, front of the gym was here, and one goal was here and one here, and if I recall this, the band, they formed up Southern Band in that corner.
Okay.
And I was sitting on the front row, opposite, up, raised up a little bit, and
that is cool.
And we had a great time.
What was the crowd like that night?
I don't recall. I really don't. And I've asked some people if they came, but I can't find.
You can't remember.
Of course,
that.
I'm so darn old now. Yeah. My classmates are dying off like flies,
Right. Well, hey, man, you're here now, sharing that story on Globetrotting with Trey.
Yeah.
And man, it doesn't get any better to me than this, because you actually can take me back to that night.
Yeah, right.
Right here. I mean, it actually happened. It's hard to believe. You're looking at woods right now, Van. It's hard to believe that Elvis had a concert right here, and you were there at the show.
Absolutely. And I wrote a paper for my English class a couple of weeks after that. And I said in it, I wrote about rock and roll music. That was the title of my paper I had right for English class. And I wrote that I had talked to Elvis. He doesn't think it's going to last, but he's going to ride it as long as it does. Well, it lasted, didn't it?
So that's what Elvis told you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to that. So after the show, you talked to Elvis. Where did that take place at?
Just out here in the parking lot.
Right over here in the parking lot. Incredible, man. You talked to Elvis Presley right where we're standing.
Exactly.
And he's told you
he didn't think it would last, but he was going to ride it as long as it did.
And here I am 69 years later holding the camera talking about this.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I wonder what Elvis would think, man.
I don't know. Well, I don't think we dated the same girl, and I dated her in high school, and he dated her after high school.
He did date her?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're not gonna tell who it is because
right.
I want to talk to her.
Yeah.
And let her share her story, because it would be so cool to Elvis fans.
She was a good-looking thing back then.
I've seen pictures of her. I've definitely seen
black
pictures.
Black hair, brown eyes.
Yeah. I can't wait to learn how she got with Elvis.
Yeah.
I wonder if she met him here.
I know.
That wasn't that. Okay, you already know that.
Yeah.
All right, so did other people ever come here?
I don't recall it. No, not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Now, you did bring up Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Did you see Johnny Cash?
I never saw Johnny Cash.
You never saw Johnny?
I saw Carl Perkins in Memphis at the nightclub. Saw.
So you did see blue suede shoes. You did.
Oh, yeah.
Don't step on my blue suede shoes. Carl Perkins.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Carl,
cool.
really, Carl was sort of more my hero than Elvis. Carl was a hell of a singer. I mean, still, before he died.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Carl's one of those guys that Elvis respected.
Yeah, well, he did. Should have.
And I believe Carl had a car accident, and I believe Elvis
Yeah, right,
showed up to
yeah.
the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm actually friends with Carl's son,
Really?
so I've been able to hold a few of his guitars.
Oh,
man, and it's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Well, I went to hear Carl one night up in just south of Jackson, Tennessee, in a little dive,
Yeah.
And we drove up there one night. And he was great. And of course, I saw Elvis one more time in Memphis at Ellis Auditorium.
Okay, tell me about that.
I think I was in college at the time, and it was a full concert.
What year would that have been?
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
Okay, so let's go back. You're 16 years old when you see him here.
Yeah, he's 20.
He's 20, okay. So and then fast forward, you're in college, so about 6-7 years. So this would have been probably,
Had to be in the late 50s, early 60s.
oh yeah, this would have been, the last time that he played at Ellis, I believe, now I could be mistaken, but I believe he played his last ever show before he went and did all the movies. Ellis Auditorium. I believe they had
Yeah.
like a homecoming for him.
Yeah.
Could that have been it? Could
Could
you
be.
have been?
Could have been. I don't remember, but he was good. Then my wife came up from Jackson. I didn't know her at the time, but she drove up from Jackson when he came to Tupelo. They got a carload of girls. They drove up and
She went to the fairground.
yeah, and said they all looked. So they jumped in the car and rode all over Tupelo trying to find him after the concert.
All the chicks did, huh?
Yeah.
Elvis had every woman in the world, man.
Oh God.
Can we even imagine that?
No, and I don't think the women were attracted to Carl Perkins and Johnny Cash like they were to Elvis.
Elvis, yeah.
But he had that. It was just natural.
Yeah, charisma, man. He had something. Well, God gave it to him.
Yeah,
man.
sure.
God put him here for a reason, because I guess to just shake up the world. I guess I don't know.
Well, he shook it up, man. And a lot of parents didn't like us like it, but my mother was all in. Of course, she was a music major.
Yeah,
She loved me.
but she loved Elvis.
Yeah.
She liked Elvis.
Yeah.
That is cool, man. So okay, so describe what you can of the gym for me.
I really don't remember. I don't know. I don't know what it was constructed out. Probably tin or wood. And I remember the bleachers started about this high up,
Okay.
and we went up on both sides, and so of course I don't think they're really in the end zone. But
Yeah. So it's probably just walls in the end zone.
yeah, right. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Probably the brick.
Yeah,
those
wood floors, of course.
wood floors. Man, that's cool. And Elvis, you told me Elvis was right here on the east.
Yeah.
East end zone, under the basketball goal, probably.
Well, I think he was more up against the bleachers on the other side.
Oh, okay. So you,
on the northeast corner.
oh, okay. So in the corner. Oh, okay.
Now that's what I remember.
Good. We just know for certain.
Yeah, right.
Elvis was right
I
out here.
guarantee you, he was here.
How do you remember when they knocked this place down
No,
or anything?
no, I don't.
Toccopola?
Yep,
I make sure I say it right. High school.
you got it.
Gymnasium. And then do you remember?
I still can't spell it very correctly.
It's hard.
every time.
It's hard to. I see it spelled on that building up above,
You're
so I
right.
can spell it right now. Toccopola.
Yeah, right.
That's how you,
Yeah.
okay, so do you remember the car that Elvis was driving?
It was a pink Cadillac.
And it was parked. Let's walk over there.
Yeah, sure.
A pink. Okay, so you talked to Elvis out at the pink Cadillac.
You're right. Yeah.
You didn't get his autograph?
No,
You remember girls all around him?
I don't recall. I don't think there were any girls around him at the time. It was just those guys talking.
I wonder where. So the parking lot would have been somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere out there.
Yeah, I was wondering the last time I saw all these lights, and it looked like old baseball field.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. But now that you're telling me that
Yeah.
the entrance was right here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So the gym's entrance was here, guys, and of course the parking area was here. And I'll show you a aerial right now that shows what Van and I are describing here. But man, I wonder if any of the foundation is still out there. I might walk out there just a little bit in the woods. It's not as grown up as it was
Yeah.
last time I filmed, and just see. I like to see if there's anything that you can see that remains of the building.
I don't know.
All right, Van. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you sharing this. Any other things you can remember? What was he wearing? Anything?
He wasn't wearing those, the things that he transpired later. He wasn't wearing anything fancy.
Yeah.
And collar up and all that.
Yeah. But you said he did break his guitar strings.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a show, I guess, because
Yeah,
Elvis
right.
broke it a lot back in those
right.
days.
And some fellow told me that he had a guy that tuned his guitar. He tuned it up real high so it would make the strings, break a little easier.
Somebody did tell you that?
Yeah. I don't know if
Wow.
that's true or not.
Wow. And Elvis right out here told you that he's going to ride it as long as it lasts.
That's right. And it lasted pretty good a while, did it?
It's still here. Still lasting, man.
Yep.
Large, hey, he's bigger than ever here in
Yep.
2023.
Yeah.
Van, one more thing. Do you remember how long the show could have been?
No, I don't know.
You know. It's been 69 years ago,
Yeah,
so
right.
can't remember everything.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Well, this is Van. Van, what's your last name?
East.
Van East. He reached out to me a few days ago. He watched my episode
Yeah.
of this place.
I was writing my biography, and I wanted to get the dates right.
So I helped you with that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so do you remember the date now? Because I'm not remembering.
It was March 29th, 1955.
55. March. Think about that. March 1955. Man, at this time, Van. At this time, Elvis is playing here. He's
That's
playing
right.
in Texas,
Yeah.
all over Texas,
all
man.
over the place.
So he's right in March 55. He's just really going into a groove.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
56. Do you know how much money Elvis would make in 56?
No.
He probably made here $100, maybe not even.
Yeah,
that.
right.
And then he had to split this money tonight the show you saw. He had to split whatever he made
Yeah.
with Bill
Yeah,
and
and
Scotty.
Scotty, yeah.
And then they came out here and got in that Cadillac, and they had to pay gas to
Yeah,
get
that's right.
to the next town.
Of course,
Guess what he made in the next year?
I don't know.
At the end of 1956, Elvis had made $26 million.
And that was real money.
That's
back
like
then.
$280
That was
million
not
today.
Obama
That's like
money. That's not Obama money or Biden money. That was real money.
that was real money right there, wasn't it, man? But man, isn't that incredible though? Because 55, when you saw him, he's just enjoying his dream.
Yeah.
56, multi-millionaire.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but you helped him, man. You helped him. You came and supported him. Well, I appreciate that. I'm gonna walk out here and let's just see if we found any foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if we see any kind of foundation. But you're thinking that we're in the gym out here? Don't remember. Yeah, it's hard to.
Yes, because it's going level there.
I'm thinking like where we're at was inside the gym, just by my memory of what
Okay, all right.
I researched. I know it's in this area somewhere. See what this is back here. There's something all grown up. Let's check it out. Luckily, we can walk out here. You might have to duck right here, man. I'm not seeing. I want to see what this is. What in the world is that? And there's some kind of fence or something. But yeah, I believe we're inside the old basketball gym, man. That you saw Elvis Presley, Scotty Moore, and Bill Black.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that, man, but this is what 69 years does.
Yeah, that's right.
Things change, don't it?
Golly.
I'm thinking like of all the basketball games that happened here. You know, we have no telling of all the cool things that
yeah.
happen on this.
You know, Toccopola used to be a thriving community. You know, what killed these little towns like this automobiles.
Really?
And
Okay.
it-
And the highways, probably.
And well, this used to be the main highway,
Gotcha.
not the new highway up there. But they had two doctors here, a bank here, and my grandfather was president of the bank, and it was just a little branch off the
And
Pontotoc Bank.
probably it's a town that everybody knew each other.
Oh yeah,
Right. So it
certainly.
was thriving, man.
Yeah,
And now it's a country town
okay, yeah.
that you maybe never will drive through unless
yeah.
you go off the beaten path.
That's right.
That's it. Yes, sir. Man, this is cool though, man. This is cool. I appreciate you coming out here with me. I was hoping we'd see something, but it looks like when they knocked this building down, they leveled it. Thanks for watching this episode of Globetrotting with Trey.